Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel, and this is Edenize, Stewards of Eden. Um, Before I get started in today's material, I just want to say that there is a way that you guys can support this show on Patreon. Just search Daniel McCormick on Patreon, and I have ways to support me as little as $1 per month, and that keeps this channel going. Um, and hopefully, one day will be a vessel that can support the charities that I want to create. So, with that being said, the second way that you guys can support the channel is I have a fashion brand, a hoodie company called thewordwoven.com. That is thewordwoven.com. The link will be in the description. I make 100% organic hoodies with custom designs made by me that have scriptures on the back of the hoodies. These hoodies have never been sprayed with insecticides, the cotton grown to make the hoodies has never been sprayed with pesticides or insecticides. These hoodies are also 420 squares per meter, or grams per square meter, excuse me. That means they are extremely tough, heavy, and durable. These hoodies will last you a lifetime. Most people who are selling hoodies at this quality are selling them for $200. However, I believe that would be greedy to do so because I simply want to sell these hoodies to support my channel and potentially spread the word of God. And so $50 is all it takes. And with that being said, let's get into the show. So today we are going to be answering the question, why become vegetarian? Well, from a Christian perspective, we can consider the principle of stewardship, caring for God's creation. And from an urbanist and ecological perspective, a shift towards vegetarianism can significantly impact our environmental and personal health. So here's a breakdown. Environmental sustainability. Livestock farming is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. A study published in Nature Food found that food systems are responsible for a third of global anthropogenic GHG emissions, with animal-based foods contributing the most. Shifting to a plant-based diet reduces this footprint. Deforestation for pasture land is the leading cause of habitat loss. Vegetarianism lessens the demand for such land use, supporting rewilding efforts and biodiversity as well. So it is a two-hit combo. You fight deforestation and you can help rewild. Water consumption for meat production is considerably higher than for plant-based foods. Reducing meat consumption conserves precious water resources. The main thing here, guys, is land use. Vegetarianism can be sustainable on much less acreage, which opens up the way to rewilding projects and potentially recombining and reattaching ecosystems that don't have corridors today to migrate through. And that is vastly important. And so vegetarianism is a way that you can reduce that land use, and hopefully someone can come in and reconnect these lands that are so disconnected today. There's also health benefits, which, as you know, we are a big fan of blue zones. Blue zones is the principle of just trying to live to 100 years old with vitality and mental clarity. Vegetarian diets, when well planned, are associated with lower risk of chronic diseases, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown positive correlations between plant-based diets and lowered risk of many illnesses. Plant-based foods are often rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, promoting overall well-being. Blue Zone research also has shown that plant-based diets are a common factor in these areas. Places such as Italy, the Blue Zone specifically in the tiny pockets of Italy, the tiny pockets of Okinawa, Japan, where these people are living to 100, a 90 to 100% plant-based diet is often seen. I think it's actually closer to 95 to 100% of their diet is plant-based. So, with that being said, ethical considerations as well. Many choose vegetarianism due to concerns about animal welfare. This aligns with the concept of compassionate stewardship. So, this is a major point as well. If we are to be stewards of the earth, um, that means managing its wildlife, its land use, as well as the care and compassion we have for these animals. Now, with that being said, I want to offer an olive branch for people who, um, well, actually, let me say this. First of all, this video is not me trying to tell you guys to convert to vegetarianism. I am simply sharing the reasons why I am a vegetarian. And if you can resonate with some of these points that I'm making, I implore you to look into some of these studies for yourself and to keep an open mind. However, I do believe that meat consumption is on a scale. It is not a yes or no thing. And that scale is factory farming all the way on the most wicked side. Factory farming is inhumane. It takes up large acreage. It detaches ecosystems. And the animals that go through these factory farms are seen as assets and liabilities. They are not seen as life. Okay? Next, you can go to a responsible butcher. Okay? And you can buy meat from a local butcher, and that is a way that you can cut down on hopefully, ideally, the ethical consideration for these animals. And then lastly, which this is also up for debate, but I truly believe that if you want to eat meat, go out and hunt it yourself, because then you are going through the most responsibly sourced meat you can. The Game and Wildlife services monitor exactly how many wildlife can be killed while keeping stable populations. And so, and on top of that, you are going out and you are actually getting a grounded experience in what it takes to actually harvest this meat. You are taking its life, hopefully showing gratitude for the life that you just took. And then you are oftentimes carrying it back to your truck, bleeding it, cutting it up, freezing it yourself. This is the most responsible way to eat meat, is by hunting it yourself and going through nature and wildlife services that are managing the population to keep it stable. But with that being said, I do believe that the most responsible thing to do is to just go vegetarian entirely. And so, yeah, in terms of urban design, promoting access to fresh, locally grown produce through community gardens and farms, and hopefully growing your own homestead potentially, can support a shift towards vegetarianism. This also enhances urban biodiversity and connectivity, aligning with rewilding principles. It is important to note that a well balanced diet is key to healthy living, and that a vegetarian diet must be planned to ensure all nutritional needs are met. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this episode. You can support me on Patreon. You can just search my name, Daniel McCormick, or you can buy an extremely high quality organic hoodie at thewordwoven.com. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time.